Hi, this is Tadessa. Welcome to Introduction to Logical Connectives. So in this video, I'll be showing you some examples of how to find truth values of a proposition. So let's see this example. So the example says, I have a proposition or a statement whose truth value is true. And then I have another proposition, which is X. It's just a statement, okay? And we know the truth value, it says it's false. Now the question is, what is the truth value of, the negation of B or X? I see some people, they do a truth table for this one, but that is wrong. Truth table is if you don't know any truth value, so you want to list all the possible values. But in this case, you are explicitly given that B is true and X is false. So what basically you need to do is, okay, so the negation of what is the truth value of B? True. Or X, what is the truth value of X? False. What is the negation? Negation means the opposite. If it is true, it will be false. If it is false, it will be true. So this is false or false. So if you remember this junction, whenever it is or, always it is true. The disjunction of two propositions is always true, unless, or the only condition where it will be false is whenever both of them are what? False. So in this case, both of them are false. So the truth value is what? False. So this is what exactly you need to do. Okay. Another example. I have the negation of A bracket. See, this bracket parenthesis is just like trying to group. Okay. So it's trying to group A or negation of C, or, so parentheses, you have to be very careful because you go by that group, C or negation of A. Okay, so you see this negation is for everything. So I have one group here, I have to do work on that, I have to work on that. After that I have or, then I will do sorry, the negation. So now what is the truth value of A? It says A is true. You are given A to be true. You are given C to be true. Okay, this is just given. It's given. So I have only two variables in this case, of course, A and C. The negation is okay. So which means what? Look at what I'm gonna do. The negation of A. A is what? True, or the negation of true. Because C is true, right? I have a negation. I'm just copying. C is true or the negation of true. The negation of true, or what is the negation of true? False, right? Or true, or again, what is the negation of true? It is false. So we are almost there. The negation of what is true or false? Remember, I told you for disjunction, if one of them is true, it will be true. The only way it will be false is if both are false. So in this case, true or false is true, or true or false is what now? True. Okay, so you see, step by step. Now, what is true or true? Both of them are true, it's true, right? Even one of them is true, it will be true. Now, what is the negation of true? It is false. So the truth value of this statement, you see, I don't have to do any truth table. I can just plug in the truth value. So it will be what? False. Okay. Now, the third question will be, how do we create a truth table for, let's say I have one variable, one proposition, one statement, two variable or two proposition, two statements. So by the way, when I say variable, I'm referring to the S, the P, the Q. We use all these variables. These are statements. Either they are true or false. Okay. So how do you do that? Do we have any technique? How many rows we should expect? The answer is very easy. So you go by this formula, 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of variables or statements. So for example, if I want to do a truth table only for one proposition, let's say I want to do find, it says, let's say, what is, or instead of what is, find, draw truth table. We want to draw or find a truth table for P and negation of P. So in this case, even if you see negation of P, I have only one variable. So if I have one variable, I say it always should be what? 2 to the power of n. It will be what? 2 to the power of 1, which is 2. So I will have what? 2. This is the number of rows, by the way, rows. Okay, so you know what row means. Row means horizontal. So 2 rows. So I will have 2 rows. So how do I draw that 2 rows? This is what you need to do. So I have P. It should be either true or false. That's it. So because it's 2, 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. So it means you divide half. Okay, half in a sense. 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. So the first one will be true, the second one will be false. It will be clear when we see 2 or more than 2 variables. So now what I do here is I'll say negation of P. If P is true, negation of P is what? False. If P is false, negation of P is what? True. Okay, now the next statement is what? I need P and negation of P. This is what you need to do. Okay, your truth table should be very clear. People can see now, oh, you picked P, oh, you did negation of P. Now you are computing the truth value of P and negation of P. Okay, so let's do that. And conjunction. And will be true if both of them are true. Just unlike conjunction, the or, if both of them are true, it will be true. Otherwise, it's always false. So true and false, it's not, one of them is false, so it should be false. False and true, again, this is false. This is the truth value of P and negation of P. So let's see if I have 2 variables, let's say. I want to find the truth value of P or P and Q. So in this case, you see that I have 2 variables, P and Q. So n is 2. So if n is 2, the number of rows should be 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2 means what? 2 times 2, which is 4. By the way, probably I have to explain you that 2 to the power of n means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. How many 2's? N times. Okay? N times. That's what it means. Okay? So you multiply 2 n times. So in this case, I should expect 4 rows. Okay? So I would say P, I will have Q, right? So now, remember before I told you half, right? What is half of 4? 4 divided by 2 is what? 2. So these 2, the half tells you, you need to have the same true, okay? You need to have the same truth value for P, true, then false. That is how you should start, okay? So true, half, false. Now for the second one, you go half of it because this is true, 2, then you go true. So the next step is what? You divide 2 by 2, which is 1. So you go alternatively, true, false. Now, you see here, I cannot directly compute it. I need to find first what is P and Q. So I will say P and Q. Now true and true is true, true and false is false, false and true is false, false and false is what? False. Now I will say P, sorry. Now I'll say P or P and Q. So what does that means? Now I am referring to this column number 1 and column number 3. 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, true or true. I'm talking this as just one variable, remember guys, okay? So I'm picking these two, this one and this one. So true or true is true, true or false is true, false or false is false, false or false is false. That will be the truth value, okay? I hope that's clear. Now let's say, what if, so if I have 3 variables, let's say P, Q, and R. So now I have n equal to 3. If n equal to 3, so what does that mean? 2 to the power of 3. As I told you, it will be 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So if it is 8, when you list 8, so first you divide 8 by 2, which is what? 4. So which means 4 will be true, 4 will be false. True, 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 true. And then I will go false, 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 false. Okay? Now the next step is what? This is 4. 4 divided by 2 is what? 2. You go by 2. You go by 2 means what? You say true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. Then the next one is what? This is 2. 2 divided by 2 is what? 1. So if it is 1, you alternate. So it will be true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So you give me 4, for example, 4 variables, it will be 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. So the first one will be what? 8 true, 8 false. Next one, 4 true, 4 false, 4 true, 4 false. The third one, 2 true, 2 false, 2 true, 2 false. The last one, it will be true, false, true, false, true, false. That's how you list. Then the rest is based on the statement that you are given. For example, in this case, I may say P and Q, and then here I may have R or P and Q. So what you need to do is just you compute first this one, and then you have R. Just take the disjunction of the two statements. Hope that explains. I'll see you in the next video.